Sponsored by Shushti Gardens, your paradise home in Ahmedabad.
From Leicester, you are watching Eurospice.
And welcome to another program of Eurospice, coming today from Little India, but not India, Little India of UK, namely Leicester. And you're probably wondering, why is Parag wearing these unusual clothes? Where's the shirt? Where's the trousers? Well, today we're actually covering a very special function that happens once a year. It's a special function of Navratre. So stay with us because we're going to have lots of dancing, but also coming up in the program is our usual Spice chat. We've got our Bollywood Spice and the unique clips of India coming specially for you. So you can see there's lots of people around me, there's lots of music, there's lots of fun. So stay with us, we're going to have fun today. So Spielberg, what are you waiting for? Let's get on with the show. Attending a cultural event like this, I think is very important about the culture topic, and that's what we are going to be discussing today. And I can actually see a gentleman who's dressed in very smart attire, very similar to what I'm dressed in. So I think I'm going to have a chat with him over here. Hello, good evening, how are you?
Fine, thank you, and you?
I'm fine, thank you. Can you tell me, I see you're dressed in the same sort of smart clothes as I'm wearing.
Yes.
This is a very cultural event, isn't it?
It certainly is. Navratri is a very special event in the Hindu calendar, 9 nights of festivities. A lot of people enjoying the Ras and Garba, Dandiyas and so on. Not only the enjoyment as far as music is concerned, I think the important thing is the cultural aspect, the religious aspect, and I think, sort of the younger generation is learning quite a lot about this too.
I think I'm quite into the culture, but I'm not very religious. I don't always know why we do these things, but I take part in the culture as much as I can. And you just make the most of the culture that we have and try and enjoy the beauty.
It is very important for our youngsters who are our future, and they've got to know, all this tradition, especially the singing, dancing, which is Ras and Garba. And I think it is an asset if we teach our children how to dance and play and worship our goddess Durga.
Do you think it's very important for us to maintain our culture living in Western society?
It's extremely important for us to maintain, to keep it going as well, right, every year.
Do you think that the youngsters of today are perhaps becoming too westernized though?
Well, somehow, but some are realizing that, our culture is very rich, extremely rich in such a way that they're looking at it right now. As you can see, all youngsters are here. All youngsters.
think the youngsters of today are perhaps becoming a bit too westernised though?
I think some of them, but I think with the large community in Leicester, we can integrate our children a lot more. I think it's when they live in the countryside or where there's not much of our community that they miss out.
Okay, were you born and brought up in this country?
No.
So where did you learn all your culture from?
From this country actually, because I was very young when I came here.
Right. Okay, that's what I was trying to find out. So you actually learnt it all here. Who is that down to?
My parents.
Hello there. Where have you come from today?
Leicester, in Oldby.
You're locally, I see. I see you're dressed in the traditional clothes as well. Do you think culture is a very important part of our upbringing?
Certainly, because it puts a bit of a character, and at the same time it gives you the insight of what the tradition is about, especially the Navratre.
Now I've got a chance to talk to two of the people who are actually sitting on the stage singing, and let's find out where they're from. Can I ask you what your names are first, please?
I'm Viraj. My name's Bijal.
Right. And are you local? Where have you come from?
No, we've come from Bombay.
You've come from Bombay?
Yes.
This is Bombay in India?
Mumbai.
Mumbai.
Yeah.
Why have you come so far for this function?
Can't you see it? Isn't it beautiful? Because it's extremely authentic, traditional. This doesn't happen back home.
It's excellent over here at Shruti Arts. We're doing Garba Ras, and we really enjoy doing this over here.
So, do we not get functions like this celebrated in India? I mean, I've come back from India just recently, from Ahmedabad.
Right. I can't speak for India. We can speak for Bombay, of course. It doesn't happen on such a... it happens on a large scale. It's not on such a small scale. So this devotional atmosphere isn't there.
Why do you think that is?
Westernization.
So do you think people in India are more westernized than...
Definitely. Culture is going to go back from here, you know. That's going to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
See, today on the program we're talking about culture and whether the Asians in England are losing their culture. But what do you think?
No, I don't think so.
They are really holding on to it, and they must hold on to it.
My personal feeling is at this moment in time it's too westernized. However, I think there is a way forward, and we believe with the efforts all the organizations are putting in, things will change, and that will bring a positive move.
I think they are, because the Western culture is quite influential, and because there is so much force, indirect force, you know, from schools, colleges, and from various sectors. So we have to school our youngsters quite to our culture.
बेसिकली क्या है कि इंडियंस है वो ऑलवेज वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज़ को फॉलो करते हैं। वहाँ के डिस्को चला तो यहाँ भी वो लोग सोच रहे हैं कि हम लोग डिस्को करें। यहाँ क्या है कि अपने वतन के प्रति प्रेम जो होता है कि अपनी कंट्री से जब भी आदमी दूर जाता है तो कंट्री की ज़्यादा याद आती है। जैसे मैं यहाँ पे हूँ तो मुझे वहाँ की याद आ जाएगी, तो ये लोग तो यहाँ पर है तो ऑब्वियसली उनको अपनी कंट्री की ज़्यादा याद आती है, तो वो वही ट्रेडिशन को फॉलो करने की कोशिश करते हैं।
Do you think that the people in India who are losing their culture should perhaps come to England, learn a bit, and then maybe go back?
Probably. I think they should do that. They should.
So what is the atmosphere in India like when you're saying it's westernized? What are we doing? Are we just wearing Western clothes or living in a Western style?
No, the dressing is not really Western. It is Indian. It's the music. Maybe there is no dhol, no shahnai. The basic ingredients, I would say, of a traditional garba ras is missing a little, maybe.
Right. And do you think that's happening because of just westernization generally, or is it USA, UK? What's having the most effect?
It could be because people want to attract the younger generation who have more energy to play, for what, 9 days, 10 days? It's because it's on a massive scale. Bombay is like 3,000, 4,000 people at a time. You know, so it's probably to attract the younger generation.
Our Indian traditional cultural activities are more powerful than Bombay. I'm not talking about other cities of India, but especially Bombay. And I'm very pleased that Shruti Arts, you know, we've been doing this since last many years, you know, and very happy that people are responding so nicely, you know.
Do you think the youngsters are participating to the fullest, or do you think they're becoming too westernized?
Well, there are always two sides, you know. That there are some youngsters who are always out for pop music and that type of music, but at the same time, we are lucky and we are fortunate to say that we get our share as well, you know, and we get lots of youngsters and they appreciate what we are providing, you know.
What do your parents do to keep you as an Asian?
Just tell them, respect everyone and just like listen to them and that.
Right. When you get married, do you think you would do the same thing with your children?
No.
Or would you just let them become westernized?
Let them become more westernized.
Right.
Because that's how it's going to be. That's how it's going to be.
You think so? You don't think that we could perhaps do more of these functions and bring them here? No? Do you agree with her? She says that the next generation, for example, will be very difficult to maintain an Asian culture.
Yeah, definitely. Unfortunately, we live in a Western society. We're in a host country. So if you're going to maintain the culture, you either go back to India and learn about it there, or you have very strong peers.
Do you think parents are doing quite well to teach their children the culture?
I think parents are making a lot of effort, but yes, sometimes children do give up, and I think parents should nurture them rather than forcing them, do it in a roundabout way to bring to the culture. And in functions like this is a very, very good idea, you know.
Okay, thank you for talking to us. And that's the topic of culture today. It seems generally that people are very cultured and the Asian children are learning their culture. So you parents out there are obviously doing a very good job. Keep it up. No, the show hasn't finished yet. It's going to carry on, but they stopped for a break, and that's a cue for me to take a break. So don't go away, go and do what you have to do, and come right back and join us again.
Sponsored by Shushti Gardens, your paradise home in Ahmedabad.
Around $33,000 million investment is already sanctioned in Gujarat. Out of that, 80% is under various stages of implementation. Again, post-liberalization, the foreign direct investment in Gujarat is to the tune of $2,900 million. And that is a foreign direct investment in Gujarat. And in fact, Gujarat is a one state where if you look at the labor piece, the overall business environment, the enterprising nature of the Gujarat is basically, and the availability of good, knowledgeable, technical personnel, I think that it is in fact one of the most attractive state for the foreign investment to come in.
Basically, if you are looking for the investment outside your country, I mean outside your place, like if I talk about Ahmedabad, or if I talk about any non-Indian who is living, say, abroad or UK or US or Canada, whatsoever, but when he is trying to invest his money, then he first look for whether he should invest in the right place, where he will invest. First he will look for his securities. Once his money is invested, supposing if he is investing in land, so is he going to secure his land, whether it will remain in his name or somebody is going to come and acquire the place, and that's most important, and that is available in Ahmedabad.
India is a safe place to invest, that is what I want to say. Because if you see the track record of the NRI investments in India during the past 50 years, and I'm talking of 50 years because that's the time since independence, you know, the NRIs never had an occasion to complain in terms of, you know, the policies of the government. The government has always consistently been progressive. You know, it has not backtracked on any of the NRI policies, and therefore India can be considered as a stable, you know, investor-friendly policy, you know, state, whatever is the government in power.
See, if you go by the investment, you know, an investor would look forward to what return I do get in turn over a certain period of time. I mean, looking at the appreciation that is taking place because of the developments around, I think this is one of the best places to invest in.
मेरे ख्याल से तो है, मैंने तो बहुत लोगों को बोला है, और मैं तो देखो ना, सब जगह काम करता हूँ, मेरा काम भी है सिटी प्लान करना, बड़े-बड़े मकान करना, तो बेंगलोर में भी बहुत अच्छी जगह है, मगर बेंगलोर जैसी हवा यहाँ नहीं है, मगर अभी बेंगलोर भी गर्म हो रहा है, मगर बेंगलोर में पानी नहीं है, मगर बेंगलोर इज़ अ गुड प्लेस, पूना इज़ अनदर गुड प्लेस, आई बिलोंग टू पुणे, मगर ये दो छोड़ दो आप, तो अहमदाबाद आना पड़ता है आपको.
If we talk about the real estate investment, it has never gone wrong. It happens that some time comes where you feel that your money is stuck up, but when the time passes, you always feel happy about it, because the real estate investment price is always going up and up. If you see the history of Ahmedabad or any other city, the price of the land has gone. Even all over the world, if you see, investment in real estate is very, very good.
Ahmedabad is a commercial and industrial metropolis of Gujarat. It is growing, Gujarat is growing, and I think it is right time for anybody thinking to come here and be the part of that growth, to invest or think otherwise of joining the growth that is taking place.
Whether you just want to go out to eat or whether you want to come out and shop, you don't have to worry in Ahmedabad, because Ahmedabad is known for its safety at night time, and you will see the locals, you will see the tourists coming out at their own convenience for various reasons until late hours of the night. And here in this particular part of Ahmedabad, we've got street traders who are running their business by lantern light, and during the daytime you won't see any customers here, but during the evening they are very, very busy selling their various clothes, suits, cushions and all sorts of embroidery that's available over here. We're going to go and talk to a few people now as well and see what people tend to do in the evening. आप Ahmedabad में रहते हैं?
Yes.
And are you all just girls alone here?
Yeah, sure.
Don't you feel scared?
No, never.
Why is that? It's late evening time. Is it not dangerous?
I'm enjoying it, but that's all.
Is Ahmedabad a safe place to be travelling in the evening?
Definitely.
What are the good points about Ahmedabad?
आप 12 बजे तक घूमो, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है.
अच्छा.
और दूसरी सिटी में ऐसा कुछ नहीं है.
हम यहाँ के नहीं हैं.
आप कहाँ के हैं?
भावनगर के.
तो यहाँ पे क्यों आए हैं?
घूमने आए हैं.
यहाँ घूमने की अच्छी जगह है?
हाँ.
क्या क्या है देखने को?
मैंने भी देखा नहीं.
गार्डन
क्या?
गार्डन बहुत अच्छे हैं.
गार्डन और भी कुछ
शॉपिंग करने के लिए भी अच्छे हैं.
आप यहाँ पे ये स्टॉल कितने साल से लगा रहे हैं?
सब लगभग 35 साल हो गया.
अच्छा, आपके पास यहाँ पे बाहर से भी लोग आते हैं या सिर्फ अहमदाबाद के लोग आते हैं?
नहीं, अहमदाबाद से, सब ऑल राज्य में से.
और बाहर से भी आते हैं, यूके, अमेरिका से?
हाँ.
अच्छा, यहाँ
आता है घूमने का, कोई इधर देखने की जगह अच्छी होती है, सब घूम के चला जाता.
Excuse me, are you from here?
Yeah.
You're from Ahmedabad?
Yeah.
How long have you been in Ahmedabad?
Since 18 years.
Since you're 18 years old?
Yeah.
So you were born here?
Yeah.
What do you do in Ahmedabad?
I'm studying.
What are you doing?
I'm BA.
Is it a nice place to study?
Yeah. I am in LD Arts College. It's a very nice college in Ahmedabad. And I think everyone must take experience of studying here because teachers are so nice here.
I'm from Bombay too.
You're also from Bombay.
Yeah.
How are you finding it?
I like it here. I like this area because it's quite lively. It reminds me of Bombay because it's got the pulse.
Locals भी आते हैं और tourists भी आते हैं यहाँ पे. Tourist लोग के लिए ये सब आइटम है बहुत अच्छी है. हम लोग तो यहाँ लोकल रहने वाले हैं इसलिए इसको यही पहनते भी हैं, लेकिन ये लोग फॉरेन यहाँ से ले जाते हैं तो वहाँ पर इनका बहुत अच्छा नाम है.
कस्टमर आ जाते 10-15 कस्टमर आ जाता है सब जी.
अच्छा, और सब अहमदाबाद के आता है या बाहर से भी आते हैं?
बाहर से आता है, अहमदाबाद का भी आता है सब.
बाहर कहाँ से? बाहर इंडिया से, इंडिया के दूसरे देशों से या
सब बॉम्बे वाला
बाहर से आते हैं, गुजरात के बाहर से.
गुजरात के बाहर से और इंडिया के बाहर से भी आते हैं?
हाँ, इंडिया से कभी ठंडी के मौसम में आते हैं ज़्यादातर.
ये आप क्या कर रहे हैं? क्या बना रहे हैं?
सोडा.
ये कैसे बना रहे हैं?
ये मसाला है, नींबू है.
हाँ.
और सोडा.
तो मसाला ग्लास में डालेंगे,
हाँ.
उसमें पानी डालेंगे,
हाँ.
और नींबू डालेंगे और बन गया सोडा. Today on Eurospice, we're talking to a lady who's helped to actually organise today's function, and her name is Preeti Matani. Preeti, welcome to Eurospice.
Thank you.
Now, how long have you actually been living in Leicester?
For the last 17 years.
Right, what brought you to Leicester?
Well, I got married here, so my husband brought me here.
I see. And what does your husband do?
He's in the textiles business, and he runs a wholesale outlet for textile saris, basically.
Right, so do you help him in his business, or are you doing something else?
No, I look after the retail outlet, Sona Rupa Limited, selling saris.
Right. And you have children as well?
Yes, I have two daughters. One is 12 years old, one is 6 years old.
Were you actually born and brought up in this country?
No, I was born in Nairobi, Kenya, and I came here when I was about 14. So I did all my A-levels, university, etc. here in this country.
Yeah, you've managed to maintain a very strong Asian culture about you. So how did you do that?
Yes, I think basically my parents have been the driving force behind it. It was very important to them for me to learn the Indian culture as well as fit in with the ethnic, for the main society here. And that's what I would like to do for my children. And then I've come to Leicester, and my in-laws are in the same way. So it makes it very nice that I can continue with the same thing. My spare time is taken over by Shruti Arts, the arts organization that we run here in Leicester. It was started in 1983, and I've been the secretary ever since.
So is Shruti Arts, is this a voluntary organisation, or is this something that is for the community?
It's a charitable organisation really to promote South Asian music and dance, and mainly classical music. Because that doesn't have a setting here in Leicester or in England, basically.
When you're not working with your business and when you're not in Shruti Arts, are there any other hobbies and interests that you have?
It leaves very little time for other things. But I like reading, I like cooking, and I like to spend a lot of time with my children as they're growing up, because it's very important that I must be there with them as much as I can.
Do you think that as grown-ups, as parents, we are doing enough for our children in this country?
I think we could do more. There's always room for more. That's why Shruti Arts has been set up in that aim. Like the Garbas tonight, we like to stick to the traditional music, the traditional Garbas, and have that religious aspect, that Mataji, it's a Mataji Garba. So we have the devotional as well as the enjoyment. And this is what we would like all our youngsters to learn, that this is our heritage, this is something that we must have, we must not forget.
आशा है कि आपको आज का प्रोग्राम जो कि लेस्टर से लाए हैं खूब पसंद आया है, and we will have more of the Dandiya and Ras Garba coming for you next week. But until then, I hope you enjoyed the Spice Chat, Bollywood Spice and our special clips from Ahmedabad. Do let us know what you think of those. Keep those letters, postcards and comments coming in to us. Until then, from next week, from Prague, it's a massive Kidda!
Send your letters and comments to Eurospice, Asianet, PO Box 38, Greenford, London, UB6 7SP. Sponsored by Shushti Gardens, your paradise home in Ahmedabad.